Neighbors thinks man is digging a pool until they look at the bottom of pit. Mom! Tommy yelled at his mom, Sally, when he entered through the back sliding door of their home. What? Lunch is almost ready, she said, not even looking. No. Yeah, I'm hungry. But did you see Mr. Carruso building something in his yard? The 9-year-old continued. Oh, that's nice, his mom commented. I think it's a pool, Tommy said as he sat at the kitchen table, ready for his lunch sandwich. His mother put the plate down, and he took a quick bit. Do you think he'll let me swim in there? Maybe, Tommy, his mom responded, shrugging. There was nothing wrong with Mr. Carruso. He wasn't grumpy or the typical get-off-my-lawn neighbor, but he wasn't precisely involved. Additionally, he wasn't a parent, so letting a neighbor kid in his new pool may not be appealing. Still, Sally didn't want to crush her kid. Over the next few days, Sally and other moms from the neighborhood noticed the digging, which only got bigger and bigger. However, she approached one day only for Mr. Carruso to almost shout at her. I'm sorry, sir. I just wanted to ask what you're doing with all that digging. Is it a pool? Sally exclaimed, staying far, so she had to raise her voice. However, Mr. Carruso didn't answer her question. He just made sure she wasn't getting any closer and continued digging. My son is curious, she continued, craning her neck to get a peek. Tell him to stay far from here. Curiosity killed the cat. Mr. Carruso shouted in warning. What? Is that a threat? Sally asked, outraged. Go away, her neighbor yelled and continued digging. After that exchange, she and some of the members of the HOA started talking. Building your own pool or digging in your yard wasn't against the rules, but Mr. Carruso's secrecy and unpleasant attitude raised some serious alarms among the neighbors. They all gathered at Sally's house one day and tried peeking as well, but to no avail. All they could see was the man digging among all the dirt. I think we should call the city. File a complaint. Some kind of code is being broken here. I know it, Mrs. Fields suggested, crossing her arms as she sat on Sally's couch and was joined by others. I wouldn't normally, but honey, those words he said about Tommy getting killed or something. I'm afraid for the rest of the children, Lorena, another neighbor, added, putting her hand on her chest. The ladies kept talking, not knowing that Tommy was listening to everything. But the boy didn't think Mr. Carruso was doing anything wrong. So when his mom's friends left and the sun set, he sneaked out of his house through his bedroom window. He climbed the medium-length wooden fence that separated his house from Mr. Carruso's, checked that he wasn't still digging, and got down on his haunches. Tommy tried to be as quiet as possible, but wasn't exactly a detective. But he finally reached the hole's edge, which had gotten bigger and deeper than he had imagined. The problem is that what he saw down there wasn't anything he had imagined. He saw a huge slab of steel covered with a bit of dirt. He couldn't discern what it was or why it was there. Hey! Get out of there, Tommy! The child heard the warning from Mr. Carruso and jumped from the ground. He thought about running back home, but he was already in trouble. I'm sorry, Mr. Carruso. Everyone's just been talking about this hole, and Mom's friends said they should call the city. I just came to see what it was, the kid explained nervously, wringing his fingers together. Ah, geez. This neighborhood, I swear. Busybodies, the lot of them, Mr. Carruso sighed. I'll talk to your mom, kid. It'll be fine. Mr. Carruso's relaxed attitude emboldened Tommy to ask, so, what's this? Did you put it here? Well, cat's out of the bag, I guess, the man responded. I believe now that it's a bomb shelter. Bomb shelter? Like for wars? The boy asked in wonder. Exactly. I think this one was built during World War I, but I'm not sure, Mr. Carruso said. I also believe the previous owners covered the original entrance. I've been digging like crazy, trying to determine the size and locate the door. I finally reached it today. That's so cool. But why didn't you let anyone else see? The kid continued. I wasn't sure what it was. I thought it could be dangerous if anyone came in, he answered, smiling a little. Maybe I'm a little too paranoid. Anyway, someone could still get hurt, so get away from the edge. Tommy obeyed readily but kept asking questions. What are you going to do with it? I've called some city officials to come to inspect now that it's all uncovered, Mr. Carruso nodded. Other than that, I don't know what else to do. It's an interesting piece of history, though. The city officials came, and then, the press. The neighbors were glad to know the truth and that Mr. Carruso wasn't endangering anyone. Sally felt safe letting Tommy hang around since he was interested in the discovery. A few days later, Mr. Carruso's photo appeared in the local papers, detailing how he discovered some old plans for the house and knew something was down there, but he wasn't sure what. Tommy was right beside him in the picture, with his thumbs up. The boy became interested in history, read several books about World War I as he grew, and became a history major in college.